Man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have the leopard.
This is your boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, Dash the True Inferno. Back at it with another Pokemon Unite commentary video gameplay for you guys here on YouTube. And today's day is still June the 8th. So this is the second of 2 videos that I am getting out the way and recording all that jazz before I go to Florida for about 2 weeks. So videos will still be coming out, but I won't be recording them while I'm in Florida. So if any news drop, they're gonna be late. I'm letting y'all know right now, it's gonna be late, as if they ain't late already. But nevertheless, we got another story to talk about here. And we talking about, you know, we're gonna have to talk about this, right? Skip Bayless, oh my gosh, that's messed up. Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. So basically, Shannon Sharpe is leaving Undisputed in FS1. So this is an article from frontofficesports.com. So check this out real quick. The pending departure of Shannon Sharpe poses a major talent problem for Fox Sports. Namely, few people want to work with Skip Bayless, and Skip Bayless has limitations on a new partner. That's what sources tell Front Office Sports about the challenging, chaotic situation inside FS1's Skip and Shannon Undisputed morning program. The 71-year-old shot jock micromanages all aspects of the weekday Embrace Debate show, which airs at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That 6:30 a.m. part is very important. We'll get more on that later. Skip Bayless rightly considers himself the godfather of Embrace Debate. And I mean, well, he's not exactly wrong there. He never really got along with his debate partners except for his quote-unquote brother from another mother in the forms of Stephen A. Smith, who is still at ESPN, obviously. So here's the deal. And here's a quote here. Nothing happens on that show without Skip. They chose Skip over everything else. You can't tweet about him, talk about him, anything, or they'll call you into the office, said a source. And continuing from that source, on Undisputed, he makes all the calls, even when he's off. And, end quote. In that vein, Bayless is expected to have the quote-unquote final say on Sharpe's replacement, said the source. So the challenge is to find a new debate partner who can hold his own with the infant terrible of sports TV, but not overshadow the egotistical Bayless. And then we're going to talk more, got more quotes from the source here. Skip is not going to hire anybody who challenge him, and he's going to make the hire. So it's a crazy deal. And here's the kicker. You have to be willing to work with Skip. You're going to have to put up with some crap, even though he didn't say crap, or they didn't say crap, but you know what they actually said. Continue on with the quote. He has to approve of you, and you have to get up at 3:30 in the morning. Now, I had to look this up, but Undisputed is indeed recorded in Cali. It's recorded in Los Angeles. So you have 3 hours to wake up, eat your breakfast, get dressed, take a shower, brush your teeth, clean up all that stuff, get to the studio, and game plan regarding what is going to be discussed on the show. And then, of course, boom, you do the show. So the whole waking up at 3:30 thing, okay, that's a little bit like, bruh, you on the West Coast. If you was on the East Coast doing this, and the show starts at 9:30, then yeah, that would be like, what the heck? But it's the West Coast, man. Time zones, folks. Don't forget about that. All right, moving on. So Marcellus Riley, the former FS1 personality, believes Sharpe's growing popularity threatens the domineering Bayless, especially his weekly Club Shay Shay podcast, which now boasts 1.18 million subscribers. So there you go with that. Now, what led towards the issues between Shannon and Skip to the point where Shannon is like working on a buyout with FS1? Well, there were some things that happened off the air, according to Stephen A. on his own podcast, by the way. He talked about this as well. There's some stuff that happened off the air, but there's some things that happen on the air. Now, there's 2 things that happen on the air. Now, I don't recall which happened first. I don't recall the order for which this happened first. But one of the things that a lot of people remember was when Skip and Shannon was going at it over Tom Brady when Tom Brady was still playing. And Skip basically accused Shannon Sharpe of being jealous of Tom Brady because he had a much better career and he was a better football player, which is crazy. And Shannon got pissed off to the point where he took off his glasses and Skip was like, put those glasses back on. And believe it or not, Shannon did put those glasses back on. I was like, what the heck? So there was that issue. Now there was another issue where, okay, now I will admit, this one I did react to this one right here, where he released a tweet about Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin, you know, the guy who had a heart attack during the game between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals in the regular season game, to the point where that game was canceled, just flat out canceled. But yeah, he released a tweet about it, and I'll be honest, it was not a good tweet. Even I said it was not a good tweet. So, and what happened? Because of that tweet, Shannon Sharpe did not show up on the show. He pulled a no-show. So Skip Bayless was doing the show by himself. And then what happened was, with the next day, after Shannon did the no-show, he showed up on Undisputed and he basically talked about it. Or he tried to talk about it, you know, try to like give an apology for pulling a no-show and was explaining to everybody how he was feeling and why he put a no-show and stuff like that. And in the middle of that, Skip did just jumped in and kind of cut him off a bit, which again pissed Shannon off. So there's that. So those two incidents, not to mention wherever that's going on backstage, basically Shannon was like, yeah, I'm calling it. So basically, once the NBA Finals are over, and Game 4, by the way, starts on June the 9th, Friday, the day after I recorded this video and my last video, by the way. Once the NBA Finals are over, Shannon's done. He's gone. For Undisputed, he's going for Impact 1. Now, he could just stay with his podcast, or he could try to get back into ESPN, where if he does get back into ESPN, like Stephen A said this on his own podcast, he would like put in a word for Shannon to get back to ESPN if Shannon does want to get back into ESPN. He also said if Shannon gets back into ESPN, Stephen A have no problem putting him on First Take, like make him one of the team, you know, because they have different people on different days, whatever the case may be, in different segments and things of that nature. So it's not like, oh, it's First Take with Molly, Skip, and this person 5 days a week. No, that's not gonna happen with Shannon Sharpe. He gonna be just like a Damian Rudy, Swagoo, JJ Redick, stuff like that. Like he gonna show up like, once or 2 days a week, and he gonna get segments here and there, whatever the case may be, something like that. Which is cool. We just find it dandy, yeah. If they bring him on there and talk football, okay. I'll be honest, I can tolerate that if he's talking football, because he played. So I want to say he knows what he's talking about. But if they bring him on to talk about anything else, like for example LeBron, I'll be like, no. Which is why I couldn't do Undisputed, because this dude like is constantly kissing LeBron's butt, man. It goes beyond the point where he believes that he's better than Jordan. I'm like, okay, I can't deal with that. Nah, I can't deal with that nonsense, with that blasphemy. So it's just blasphemy. So, but nevertheless, yeah. If he were to get on First Take and just strictly talk football, I had no problem with that at all. But yeah, because I actually do watch First Take. So there's that. Like, this whole situation is going to be very interesting. I wonder if Undisputed will last because of the fact that Skip is making all these demands. And by the looks of it, unless they get somebody who wants to bolster their popularity at the expense of Skip, or they bring in some newbie in there, I don't see Undisputed lasting. I really, really don't. So they need to find somebody. They need to find somebody quick, because Skip Bayless doing the show, but it's like he have a bad reputation, especially online, especially on Twitter, rather. So for him to do Undisputed by himself, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really, really bad. So yeah, they need to find a replacement for shit, assuming that they haven't already. Cause I don't know. I haven't seen anything about a replacement being found yet. But they need to find one, and they need to find one very, very quickly, because we are at the halfway point of the NBA Finals. There's about 3 games left. So, at the most, it could end in 5. So, they need to find somebody as soon as possible. And I'm going to call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know what this is. This is my new Jake Aspie, aka New Stephen A. Smith. Saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.